All right. We have Sultai Beans with Rakshasa's Bargain. That's right. We're playing Rakshasa's Bargain here today. We're going to play through a league just to see how good this card is. I'm playing 2. I could easily go all the way up to 4 and maybe cut some other cards. But I think right now I just want to try it with 2 and see how that works. And obviously the Beans deck is the best of the Beans. The Sultai deck is the best of the Beanstalk deck right now. So yeah, we'll just see how we do here. We're not looking at anything revolutionary. We're playing Stifles. We're playing 1 Soldier's Edict, 2 Rakshasa's Bargain, 2 Murderous Cut, 4 Force of Wills, 2 Fatal Push, 2 Days, 4 Brainstorms, 2 Witherbloom Command, 1 Thoughtseize, 4 Ponder, 2 Lorien Revealed, 3 Tamio, 3 Orcish Bowmasters, 3 Murktide Regent. And then our mana base is, we've got a Flooded Strand, a Hedge Maze, 1 Island, 1 Misty Rainforest, 1 Mystic Sanctuary, 4 Polluted Delta, 1 Scalding Tarn, 1 Swamp, and then we're rocking 2 Tundra, 3 Underground Sea, and 3 Wasteland. That is a mana base I can build in real life, so I'm liking that. That means that this deck is that much more viable for me. Then we've got in the board 2 Barragoyf, 1 Carpet of Flowers, 1 Collector Ulf. We have 3 Consign to Memory, 1 Fairy Macabre, 1 Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Harbinger of the Tide, 1 Hydroblast, 1 Pernicious Deed, 1 Shoot the Sheriff, and 1 Surgical Extraction. So let's take this into a league and see how we do. Finding the right high-end cards for legacy, vintage, pre-modern, or old-school Magic can be challenging. That's where friends 3-for-1 trading come in.
3-for-1 Trading is one of Europe's top Magic the Gathering retailers with an incredible selection of premium singles, sealed product, and even full sets, all available with free, fast, and secure worldwide shipping.
They add fresh inventory every Wednesday with weekly deals and discounts. So whether you're hunting for that elusive piece of power, a legacy staple, or something spicy for your collection, they've got you covered.
First high-end orders over $500 or €500, use the code EDFREE to get free worldwide shipping.
Check them out now at the number 3, the number 4, the number 1.gg/ED. That link takes you right to the shop and helps support the channel.
Huge thanks to 3-for-1 Trading for supporting the legacy community. Now back to the show.
And our opponent is on the play. We have Underground Sea and Stifle and Wasteland. I love that. We have Lorien Revealed. We have Force of Will, Witherbloom Command, and Brainstorm. I think that we can keep this hand. This seems like a fine Delver-ish kind of tempo hand that we might just be able to get our opponent off of Wasteland and Stifle. So we're going to play it and see how things go for us. Oh, you got to love being able to just toss out a Underground Sea, having mana up to, oh, we're going to do it, dudes. We're doing it. We love to stifle. But yes, it feels so good. No. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're being that. Well, what are you going to do? We have a tropical island, and we will pass. Yeah, I bet you won't be fetching anytime soon. Just no blind fetching for my opponent here. All right. Let's brainstorm. Okay. Let's put Murktide Regent and up the Beanstalk back. And we'll play a Swamp. And we will pass turn. We have a Daze. Ooh, I like that. We're going to Valley of Golgoroth that land for sure. Wasteland. You got me. All right. But it turned out I had a Wasteland. Mwahaha. I wish I could daze that. That would be so sweet. All right. Fetch Misty Rainforest for an island. I'm going to play a Mystic Sanctuary and pass. Now I have access to this daze. I may use it. Nope. They're just going to pass their turn. We're both in like garbage time right now, unfortunately. So we'll just chill. Okay, they've got a Flooded Strand. Soldier's Edict. All right, well, I'm doing okay. This isn't the worst. All right, go ahead and fetch Underground Sea. Huh. I'm going to just cast Daze on that. I don't want them drawing extra cards. Here we go. That's a card we like to see. Tamio enters the battlefield. And we can also protect it with a Force of Will. We might just let it die, honestly. What do we think? Let's protect it. I think we need the cards more than we need the... Yeah, okay. We can trade off that. That's fine. Okay, they got it. I just need a green source now. Fatal Push. Not a green source. Famously, Fatal Push is not a green source of mana. All right, we're going to pass turn. Yep. Orcish Bowmasters. Sure, you got it. I have been Bowmastered. Okay, so let's Fatal Push the Orcish Bowmasters, and we're going to Ponder. We're going to do... Let's do it like this. We're going to do a Floated Strand on the bottom, Rakshasa's Bargain, and then a Pluto Delta. Use Ponder's ability. No. Then we will get a land and we'll pass turn. We're in good shape if we can get down this up the beanstalk, I think. We're going to take one from the orc. Okay. That is also fine. In fact, what we can do is, well, unfortunately, we can't get all the benefits we want out of that. But we can... Tropical Island 5, huh? It's a big boy. What do we want to do here? I probably should have just held that, honestly, because it's gonna bite us in the butt. But we need to cast. Opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. I should have continued to protect the Tropical Island here. I was thinking that I was gonna get to be the hero here. Turns out I was not gonna get to be the hero. Ponder into Tamio. All right. Well, we have an answer for Tamio after it flips, so we got that going for us. Let's do like that. Fatal Push. Unfortunate. Let's brainstorm. We did hit a land. Okay. So let's put Witherbloom command. Let's put Stifle back and then put Witherbloom command back. And then we can get rid of that island and we'll pass turn. Things are going to get sick if we can cast a Rakshas's Bargain. Taking the damage from this attack. They did get another land. They are going to get the fetch. Murktide Regent. Rough. Murktide's going to be tough. Okay. So let's cast Rakshas's Bargain. Rakshasa's Bargain. That's going to draw us a card. Now we have to look at 4 cards. Well, I think here we take Ponder and Bargain, right? We didn't get a land, so it kind of is what it is. We're going to pass turn. It's only a 4/4, so we've got that going for us. It's just a very tall 4/4. Okay. I get to draw a card. Probably cast Ponder here. Oh, draw the other card. There you go. You get to flip Tamio. That sounds fine to me. Okay, so great. We're gonna think about this. Okay, so let's do the smart thing here first and get rid of... So let's do destroy target non-land, non-creature, and mill 3 and put a land back in my hand. Seems actually kind of sick. But they're already above the land count we need. Maybe we just buy a turn with the... Yeah, let's just do it like that. Choose a non-land, non-creature permanent and give that creature -1. Okay. Then we're going to Ponder. Okay. We'll take Tamio. So we'll do Valley, Underground, Tamio, no shuffle. We'll put the Tamio into play. Let's get an island to just keep ourselves sane here, and we'll pass the turn. The second we get a Murktide, we're back in business. And all we need to get a Murktide... Let's see. Do they have something they can... Okay, then we're going to Petty Theft. Sure. Now we have to keep in mind that they have the 3/1, so we got to be able to deal with 2 things out of the gate here. Okay, so we can't bargain, obviously. Let's put Tamio back in play. We might need to. Then we're going to... Man, do we just Rakshas's Bargain again and try and find the Murderous Cut? I think we do. Murderous Cut puts us in the game. Oh, no. Okay. Well, that's fine. Is it fine? I don't think it is fine. We're going to counter that. All right, we drew a Bowmasters. We drew an Underground Sea. Now we get to Bargain. So we've got 1/2. We just need to get a Murderous Cut. Did not get a Murderous Cut. Rough. That is horrendous for us. All right. Well, I think we're here. Let's take the Brainstorm and the Underground Sea. I don't think that there's anything we can do to stay in this game, unfortunately. Coming in for 4. Might as well look at the next couple of cards. Yep, didn't even get it anyhow. All right, we're going to go to the next game. Rough. Okay, well, the opponent is on... Let's get the fair plan rolling here a little bit. I don't mind killing one of their guys. We can also just play... I don't know that that's the plan, playing those guys against them. That would be fine. Let's do that. Now, what are we going to get rid of? We like the Dazes. Let's remove 1 Murktide and 1 Stifle. They're going to be keen to playing around Stifle at this point, so I think that's fine. I got to get rid of more than that. Let's get rid of 1 Witherbloom command and 1 Bowmasters as well. So we're not playing 62 cards. I think Bowmasters is fine in this matchup, but it's not like they're not going to be not playing around it. I needed like 1 or 2 turns. I needed that Murderous Cut. If I'd have seen Murderous Cut, I'd have been awesome. You know what? Let's remove 1 Force of Will and take back a Murktide. I might remove 1 more Force of Will for that Stifle. I think I will. Make him keep playing around it. We don't need the Force of Wills, aren't as big a deal against this deck. We're going to outcard them, so Force of Will's nice. It triggers Beans, but we have plenty of stuff that triggers Beans. All right. Let's be on the play. I like this as an opener. We're just going to go Tamio into Beanstalk. We're going to keep. We're going to go Tamio into Beanstalk off of a Polluted Delta island. Okay. And that results. Polluted Delta. Opponent is not respecting my ability to cast. So we're going to attack in. Yeah. And there we go. All right. We're going to play the Polluted Delta, but we're going to hold it because we can just draw with Beanstalk. We're not gonna play into their plan here. We could Brainstorm, but it's better to not. We're just going to continue to accrue value. All right. Let's do a Tropical Island. And I'm going to put up the Beanstalk into play. Wow. Force of Will. Okay. And it is their turn. I'm happy to keep gaining advantage this way. And then eventually just slamming some guys. Right now, I'm not getting anything for... You got it. Brainstorm results. All right. So let's put back Murktide. Let's put back Shoot the Sheriff Murktide. Okay. Well, we have our Tamio. Great. Wasteland. Wasteland on the green source or on the black source? On the black source. Okay. Orcish Bowmasters. You got it. I'm going to get the pop Tamio for 1. All right. Now it is my turn. Okay. So I'm going to play a Carpet of Flowers. Let's pump that. And then on our turn, we'll go to our second main phase. I'm going to say yes. Let's make it blue. And we will do this for 4 and 1. Okay. So we have a 4/4 in play, and we're just doing what they did last game. Barrow Goyf resolves. Barrow Goyf is a 2/3. Okay. Love that. I'm going to say yes. Let's produce black mana and kill the Barrow Goyf. Yes. Black mana. Barrow Goyf goes down. Force of Negation. You got it. Think it's... Well, it's honestly, it's not worth it to negative that because it's not going to help at all. Let's put them off of black. And I think we just look at a card here. Nice. Orcish Bowmasters. Ping me for 1. You got it. Okay. Still a 2/3. I'm not gonna block, so I might as well attack. All right. They are going to fetch. Another Barrowgoyf hits the board, attacking Tommy. It's hitting me. It's attacking Tamio. Okay. Yep. You got it. They're gonna get a creature probably. It's gonna be Tamio, right? Yeah, they chose a Tamio. Okay. Untap. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, we're gonna make it black. So 1 black mana, 1 blue mana to play a Orcish Bowmasters. Let's just hit their Bowmasters. All right, we're gonna play that. Let's plus, and I guess what we want to do here is try and see if we can find a. Well, there's a Force of Will, so that's fine. Now that they're both 3/4s, it's a little tougher. Well, it's not actually that much tougher because they're going to be 2/3s. I'm going to keep attacking because that's the momentum we need here right now and see how things go. We're going to get a hedge maze in a moment. Okay. So they're all going to get negative something here. Okay. That one's coming at her. That one's coming at her. That one's coming at her. Wow. All of them are coming at her. So that means I can just block one of these guys and save her. Love that. Great. Untap. Ooh, that is right where you want to be. Okay. Yeah, let's do yes. And I'm going to say green mana here. I'm going to do that and that. And we're going to play Rakshasa's Bargain. And that is going to be big news for me. All right. Well, I have my own Barrowgoyf. I also have Fatal Push and Barrowgoyf. Love that. We're just going to take Fatal Push and Barrowgoyf. I'm going to do this. We'll put a Swamp into play. We're going to get rid of a Barrowgoyf right off the chunk. Right? Then we'll plus, yeah, I think from there we just attack. We got to keep hitting the opponent's life total just to keep them at a low-ish pace. But that's looking good. 4/5 and a 2/2 is right. They're both coming at Tamio. I'm gonna let Tamio die because I know that this Orcish Bowmasters is probably clamping them down some. Can't stop that, huh? That's rough. Yeah, ninjutsu is an activated ability, so I can't stifle it or anything. Yep. Ow. And we got the clamp down there. Okay. So let's think about this. We definitely will say yes. Let's make it black. I'm going to do 1 on that, right? And then we're going to say her, a polluted delta, an underground sea, and a valley of Golgoroth. And that, so we'll kill that. We will cast our own Barrowgoyf, and I will attack Kato. Keep Kato low. Tamio is fine. Give him an emblem. Yeah, you don't want none of this smoke. Okay, we'll take some blue mana. Ponder. All right, we're gonna see a brainstorm here. Up the Beanstalk. I think I want to take up the Beanstalk, and then get a daze. So we're gonna do brainstorm, daze, Beanstalk. Use Ponder's ability. No. Then we're gonna cast up the Beanstalk. Get that daze. Super sweet. Let's think here. We should attack. Yeah, let's attack them with that and the Bane of Nightmares with that. So they get to pretend like they're going to get a little value that way. That goes. And then we will cast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have an 8/8 on board, and things are getting kind of crazy. So many triggers for our other Murktide Regent. Let's just put all these on the thing. Okay. All right. There we go. We got a big old boy. So we're a little slow on this end of the deck. That's my fault. We're still learning how to play this deck. We're not going as fast as we should be. Shoot my opponent down here. We'll at least get this game in. They can't attack. All right, here we go. Our turn. No. Let's attack opponent so we can even. That's okay. There we go. All right, we just got to be faster. So let's be as fast as we can. Like I said, we're still learning this deck. So, sometimes you're going to be playing a little bit slower, learning all the patterns and stuff. But it looked great. I wish we would have had the answers we had in the second game, in the first game. We just need to get one creature on the board against them. Opponent will be looking to bring us to time. We know that. But the deck seems great, obviously. We came here to see me play. We didn't come here to see me skip through my whole turn, not understanding how things work, right? I think this is a fine keep, which we will do. Start with a land, into a island, and a pass. Okay. I will start as well with an island, and I'll ponder. Okay, I'm gonna. You know what? If we want to win this in time, we need this Orcish Bowmaster. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna take the Orcish Bowmaster and try to make our entire life the Orcish Bowmaster plan. Okay. Land. Pass. Land. Opponent plays an Underground Sea. Underground Sea into Barrogoyf. Let's tap Daze this Barrogoyf. Play an Orcish Bowmasters. Get them. Trying to make it work. All right, let's Wasteland here and attack. Will we get it? This is what you have to do sometimes. Punch in. I don't have anything I can do, so I'm gonna let them take their turn. Okay. I'll play a land. I'm gonna play a Ponder for a Murder's Cut and Witherbloom and play the Delta. I'm gonna draw the Delta and attack. Attacking for 1. We're getting there. We're being fast. Or at least trying to, at least. Okay. Land. Let's get a tropical island, and we'll cast up the Beanstalk. Oh. Okay, you get it. All right, that is my turn. Okay, here we go. Here's another land. Let's cast Raksasa's Bargain. I'm going to draw 1 card off of Raksasa's Bargain. Drown in the Loch. All right, well, I will attempt to find a counterspell for that. I didn't get one. So, we'll put back Witherbloom Command and Valley of Guguroth. You have countered that, but I do get to draw a card. And then that is my turn. You got it. I'm going to Brainstorm. No. We'll put those 2 back, and I'll pass turn. So I have a chance if I can get them to Brainstorm into my Orcish Bowmasters. You got it. We're putting up a valiant effort here. 48 seconds left on the clock. Okay, Force of Will it is. And turn. Untap. Play a land. I gotta pass turn. Unfortunately, they got nothing going on either. All right, I'm gonna attempt to get this. Nothing. Okay, any order? Yes. No. Not a goddamn thing. All right, we're gonna Witherbloom Command. Target player mills and opponent drains. Wait, cancel. Yeah. Mill. Oh no. Cast. 1, 2. Oh no, we lost. Yeah, they got me. Damn. Well, we didn't get there, but we were definitely close to getting there. And man, Raksasa's Bargain felt amazing every time we played it. Hey, so Legacy fans, since you're enjoying the show, please like and subscribe to the video. It helps the channel grow.
Support Eternal Durdles on Patreon so we can create even more content and cover events.
Patreons get an ad-free RSS feed, 4 bonus episodes a month, and Discord recognition. Join the Durdle Maniacs at patreon.com/Eternal Durdles.
Now back to the show.
No lands, so we're going to toss this one back. That's better. We even have the Lorien revealed on a 1-lander, so we're going to keep this. And what do we want to put back? Let's put back a Fatal Push. They're going to 5. I feel like you're playing Oops All Spells or something. It's doing Fair Magic. Let's try a Tamio. All right. Opponent gets an underground mortuary. Milled a bayou. Another underground mortuary. Did not mill anything. Lotus petal. What is happening on that side of the board? Okay. Untap. Okay. I'm going to play a hedge maze. Like you do. We're going to keep. Honestly, it doesn't matter. We're going to put that in the graveyard, actually. Because we're probably going to. Well, one, we're going to attack. Let's attack. I think we want to ponder here because we don't know what shenanigans are happening, and we might actually just want to find a counterspell. Nope, undo. Let's find a some piece of counter magic here. There's a Force of Will. We'll put Tamio there. Trop. Force. Use Ponder's ability. No. We drew the Force. Okay. Now we're in business. And we know a land is coming. I don't love that. Well, look, they're going to take one card. There's no way they're going off. Well, we're going to just say absolutely no thank you to that. We'll do the Lauren revealed. Archon, get out of here. Good thing we got that. Okay, so let's think about plays here. We're definitely going to attack. We could play. Oh, let's go through this. All right. We could cast Rakshas's Bargain, right? And try and find. There's a Stifle. Okay, let's do Tamio and Stifle and just hope that the opponent respects me. Well, they do have to draw a card, so there is that. Okay, great. So here we go. I got there. Yeah, they didn't get a great opener, so it kind of is what it is. All right, so they're playing some graveyard stuff. I'm sure they're going to switch to a fair plan, but like let's respect the fact that unfair plans are a thing that happens. We can also just like get them off of their game with that. Let's remove these two dazes. The stifles don't seem like they're doing a ton, even though they could like kind of technically counter. All right, let's keep the stifles in for now. They are multi-purpose cards. I don't think the Witherbloom command's really cutting it for me. We'll remove one Murktide, one Murderous Cut, and one Lorraine Revealed. And we're going to try that. See how that does for us. Okay. Not amazing against a Reanimator deck. Mulligans to 6. We're going to... Let's also mulligan to 6. I like that a lot. Okay, we're going to keep... Let's get rid of Brainstorm here. Done. They're going to unmask me. You got it. And I won. All right, well, you know, we got there against Reanimator. What can I say? Good mulligan, Zach. I think reading the mulligan there and determining that if my opponent was going to mulligan, I should be mulliganing was really where it was at. I don't know that I would have mulliganed if they decided not to, just because they could have switched to a fair plan, maybe. Don't really know much about Golgari Reanimator. But I feel okay there. That was not the worst. We got the play. I like this. This is a fine opener. We're going to keep this. And then we'll just start with a Polluted Delta into an island and a Tamio. All right. That resolved. Black mana into combat. Dark Ritual resolves. Entomb resolves. Does not resolve. Not stocks. Entomb. Force of Will. Okay. Things are going badly. But we'll have to see. So I think here we get rid of a tropical island. We can draw. All right. So first things first, let's ponder. Any order, shuffle it up. No, did not get there. I honestly don't think we can come out of this, but we'll see. I don't mind seeing just like dedicated Reanimator decks now. That's totally okay. Yeah. We'll get rid of this Mystic Sanctuary here. All right. Let's get a Hedge Maze just to see a little further. We might be able to get out of this. That's going to the graveyard. Can we draw? No. All right. Well, they got us on that one. All right. Let's again put this in. I think we can still maybe get our opponent on some nonsense here. All right. Let's throw in a surgical extraction as well. Okay. Let's take one Murktide Region out, one Lorne Revealed. Witherbloom command ×2. I don't think that's necessary. Let's take out 2 Fatal Push. We've got plenty of creature removal that we can still play if they do go fair, which is fine. All right, let's try that, and we will be on the play. We can keep this. This is fine. Opponent mulligans to 6. Okay. I'll start with an Underground Sea, and I will pass turn. End of turn. I'll brainstorm. Right. All right, so let's put back these beanstalks. We don't really need them. We can't really do anything with them. It doesn't really matter if we have them in our hand. I will put a Mystic Sanctuary into play, and I'll pass turn. Brainstorm resolves. Polluted Delta. Otherworldly Gaze. We'll allow it. So they hit a Grizzlebrand. All right, let's surgically extract the Grizzlebrand. Play around Daze. We'll take the 2 damage. And I'll pitch Force of Will here, because we're going to follow up with... All right. Pick that. And there are no others in the deck. Okay. Now, here's the prayer. Let's slam Harbinger of the Seas and see if we get there. They have no black mana. We have no black mana. We do have a Harbinger of the Seas. That's what we've got going for us right now. Coming in hot. Can we get there over the course of 8 turns? They have another island. All right. Grafdigger's Cage hits the board. Maybe. Otherworldly Gaze resolves. Coming in hot. Opponent's turn. An island. Basic island. Now my opponent can hard cast. I need 1 more card in my graveyard going into combat and pass. All right, we got that one on the back of Harbinger of the Seas. Man, I almost want to bring in Carpet of Flowers against this opponent. Nah, I think what we do is we just stick to this plan. This was fine. It did exactly what I needed to do. Let's look at our opener here. All right, we've got to shoot the sheriff. We have no land, so we're going to go ahead and mulligan this. The opponent has just straight kept 7. All right, well, we can keep this, I suppose. We'll get rid of a Hedge Maze and say done. Probably not great for us, though. All right. Ooh, getting that Daze is nice. They're going to fetch Underground Sea. Otherworldly Dreams. Otherworldly Gaze. Sorry. That's Underworld Dreams is, I think, the card I was thinking of there. Otherworldly Gaze. Surveil 3, flashback for 2 mana. We hit Exhumed Dark Ritual and a Swamp. Okay. We have a Surveil land for another Entomb. So they're looking for ways to... They probably have plenty of ways to reanimate and no ways to... All right. We're in business now. Let's hit that up the beanstalk. Bowmasters. Okay. Well, now we're in business. Another Undercity Sewers. Okay. All right. I'm going to play another up the beanstalk. Got to land. Love that. From there, let's get a Underground Sea. And how about we ponder? Ponder for... Okay. We want to get our Murktide Regent online as soon as possible. So what we're going to do is do up the beanstalk, Murderous Cut, Stifle, and not shuffle. That gives us the Stifle, the Daze, and 2 Force of Wills to mess around with if we need to. Brainstorm resolves. As nice as it would be to like Orcish Bowmaster somebody, like there's a good chance that they're just going to be like, haha, I've got other cards to cast. So we've got 3 counterspells up right now. I think that's as good as we can ask for. They're going to take their turn. Show and tell. We're going to say no and tell. Pitch the Stifle. It's going to be sick as when we daze whatever they do after that. On that. And we'll return that. I don't need Force of Will to resolve. Okay. I'm going to let that resolve. I'm not going to pay the 1. And I'm going to draw and draw. Yeah. Unfortunately. There we go. And draw. And draw. And that is forced. And they'll play a Surveil land. We have, what, no fatties in the graveyard right now? No fatties in the graveyard. Untap. Let's play an Underground Sea. I have 2 cards in hand. I think we have to pass turn on this. There's not a lot we can do otherwise. And we have the Murderous Cut. Like, we can do Murderous Cut and Bowmasters if they put a Grizzlebrand into play, which would be hilarious. Yeah, I think now's the time. I think that's going to be a concession from the opponent, probably. We'll find out. There it is. All right. We've got game against the straight Reanimator deck. Pretty great. So far, we're looking at what I think would have been 3 wins if I'd have been playing a little faster in my first match. But so far, the deck is pre-forming. Eternal Durdles is proud to be sponsored by Moxfield. Moxfield is the best Magic the Gathering deck building website on the internet. You can create, share, and find decks from Commander to Legacy and even fan-supported formats like Pre-Modern and Old School. You can see all of our decks on our Moxfield. Follow the links below to stay tuned. Beautifully. All right, looking at this hand, Ponder, Land, Brainstorm, Ponder, 2 Force of Wills, Land. It's pretty generic, but it's... Oh, no! Oh, no, we're playing Bosch and Roll. All right. We're going to keep this against Bosch and Roll. Okay, Underground Sea, Ponder. And, all right, I will keep that where it is. Said a little cliche, don't you think? And then I did the same thing. Okay. So, I think we're playing the mirror here. We just talked... No. Yeah, I think this is fine. We can allow this. There's nothing in our hand that we're afraid of them seeing. A Thought Seize is fine. Probably the Witherbloom command is what you want to take here. I guess. A Brainstorm. Okay. And I'm going to Brainstorm myself now because there's a very good chance that Spell Pierce, huh? We'll allow it. We will allow it. From here, I'm going to Ponder. Let's get a Black Source. And I'm going to Ponder. So we've got a bargain. We don't have a bargain because we fetched. Okay. So let's do Underground, Trop, Valley. Okay. We can play this resource game with them. If he has a land to fetch with, I think they'll do it now. Witherbloom command. Okay. And a drain and a land. Okay. You got it. Ooh, but will he remember the Stifle? Yeah, he did. Okay. On my turn, I'm going to play a Valley, cut off black, and then pass my turn. Okay. Drain for 2 and mill 3 cards. Mill 3 and opponent. Okay. That's where we're at. We're on this plan. Uh-huh. All right. Now we're playing the I have it. I have a thing. Can you deal with it plan? Mm-hmm. We'll play Tamio. So he cannot kill the Tamio without access to black mana. It's the same thing. I'll do it. We're low on resources, so it kind of just is what it is. Well, there's the other land. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay. Murktide Regent. 4, 5. Big old boy. Man. Wolf. Okay. Untap. A Daze, which is unfortunate. Okay. We're passing turn. 1 card to 1 card here. Nothing on their end. Okay, we got a Bowmasters. Passing turn. I suspect that we both have a Bowmasters at this point. Oof. There's that Rakshas's bargain. That would have helped. I got a pass turn. Any land will do it for me here, so I don't necessarily need green land. Huh. Sure. I'll force them to have it. Yep. 2 cards. They're just getting to look at 1 card here. I've got 2 cards in hand. A little bit more life. 1 more land. 1 less land. I don't like that. None. But it is what it is. That is life. Okay. I need a land. Got a land. Going to get a tropical island. Oh no, I can daze it, so that's fine. I will get an Underground Sea casting. We'll take a Orcish Bowmasters and a Fatal Push. And I'll pass turn. Feels good. All right. Play Underground Sea and pass. Slugfest 2025. I'm doing it. At least I got a guy. All right. Bosch will put back 2. I have 1 green source left in my deck. No, I have no green sources left in my deck because I did discard it. So up the Beanstalk is done. We're not doing that anymore. All right, what do we got here? Tamio. Putting Tamio into play. Attacking with an orc. Lorien revealed. Rough. It will resolve an island. A ponder. I need some serious rust to happen here. Okay. Untap. There's a force of will. It's not going to get me anywhere. There is the flipped Tamio. We will take Rakchasa's bargain after. We'll put the Beanstalk on the bottom. Bargain, then swamp, not shuffle, right? Land. Pass turn. This is such a slugfest right now. 4 cards to 3 cards. I've got a guy in play. I'm sure opponent is about to pull ahead, though. Bosch has got this. I need to make Tamio as big as possible and ultimate her and just like hope that's enough. Murktide Regent hits the board. Not great for me as a 5/5. Okay. Another land for another Murktide Regent. Endurance. Yup. Endurance for my graveyard, obviously, right? For oh god. Oh no, that's a big Murktide Regent. Just a casual 2020. Need to get that off the board. This is going to be a problem. All right. So I can like find a kill spell, right? Don't I have one? Do I have one? Ooh, that is rough. Never mind. That is bad for me. Okay. Now we're in trouble. Let's see what I can pull off here. Ponder. Ponder into Tamio and Children's Edict somehow. Ponder into Tamio. We'll do Lauren revealed. This Tamio. Use Ponder's ability. No. I will play this. And I got a pass turn. Trying to stay in it. Yep, that does it. Concede. Okay. That's about as fair as you can get. All right. Let's try putting a couple of Barragoyfs in play. Let's do the Harbinger plan. And maybe shoot the Sheriff. All right. I think that's fine. We're going to remove 1, 2 Force of Wills, maybe a Fatal Push or 2, because we have other things we can use to kill his big guys. Be interesting to see. I want to keep the Daze. Stifle. Let's remove 1 Lauren revealed, and we'll just play that. We're just going to try and be hyper fair. Oh my god. That was a big Murktide Regent. I've never seen that play before, because I've never actually had an opponent play a Murktide Regent and then just not kill me immediately afterwards. But just making it a 2020 was very sweet. It was a good back and forth, though. All right. I will be on the play. Don't think we can keep this. We're going to mulligan this. Really not good enough. This is better. We'll keep. What are we going to throw back? Let's put Beanstalk back. Say done. All right. Beanstalk goes back. Done. All right. Start with an Underground Sea and pass. All right. Let's ponder. 1, 2, and a valley. There we go. We'll keep them low on resources and get there that way. Daze that, and we'll hit that land, and we'll pass the turn. Right. You got it. Let's do Barragoyf, then Murktide, and that will resolve. I can make a 6/6, a 7/7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Murktide. Okay. Force of Will, Murktide. Follow up with your own Murktide. Make me look like a fool. Okay, great. Let's play a Barragoyf. Just keep playing the hits. Opponent goes for the Ponder. I'm guessing they don't have a land, so fetch. Fatal Push is out of the question right now. I think. I'm praying. Here's a Orcish Bowmasters. You got it. Got to play it when you can, right? I will put this land into play. I will attack my opponent. Play my own Bowmasters, and I'll brainstorm. Let's put those 2 back and pass turn. All right, we got the opponent in a conundrum here. Bosch needs to get rid of both the Barragoyf and the orcs. What I'd like to see is like Rakshasa's bargain. Carpet of Flowers. Pretty good. Making the manas. Green mana. You got it. Bonk. Blue. Yep. Let's fetch a hedge maze here. I will keep that on top. That was a bonehead play on my end. He's got to block that. Right? Yep. Okay. Gonna get a lot of mana there. 4 mana for a Wither Bloom command. Yes. My bloom has been withered. Okay. Murder's cut. Okay. Well, let's tack in. Yes. We will mill 5 cards. I will take a Orcish Bowmasters, and I will pass. Yep. We could expect that. That's fine. Opponent still has to do a lot here. Okay, what we got? Another Lauren Revealed. Okay, that's a lot of cards. Whew. The selection. Oh no. I think that he forgot to fetch. There's the Murderous Cut. That'll do it. All right. I'm attacking. Coming in for 3. Good God. Okay. Yep. Okay. Good God. All right. We got that. Killed that with the Murderous Cut. That's going to cause the Tamio to flip Adelphia. Still needs to get rid of this guy. Children's Edict. Good God. Okay. A land? Enough the Beanstalk. Not great. Things are bad for me. Yeah, that's not looking great. Oh God. This is the end of the beginning. Draw 4. All right. I really needed a land there, guys. Untap. Force of Will. No. Just being disrespected by this deck now. All right. Carpet of Flowers is doing mucho work. Another up the Beanstalk. Sure. We'll allow it. A Wasteland. Brutal. Yeah. He gets back all his stuff right back into the deck. I'm going to be in trouble soon. I need so much to stay in this game now. Just at 1 life. Come on. Putting himself so... the Witherbloom command to get back up to 3. It's going to be a long road. All right. I need a land. Like, extremely bad here. Come on. I'll take a Tamio. Every spell my opponent casts is just absolutely garbage time for me. Yep. This is not great. God, I just need a lightning bolt. There it is. The Rakshasa's bargain. Pretty good. Just putting 4 cards into their hand, filling the graveyard. Pretty great. I do like this build better than my build, especially with the endurances, so that you can just shuffle everything back. Can we get there on time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all I've got. I mean, my man's just playing with his food now. Oh God. They can stall him out for 7.5 minutes before he gets the win. Brutal. I want to see something happen here. Make me feel something. Ouch. Ouch. Orcish Bowmasters hits the board. Draw. Oh God, that was all during my instep. There we go. That's the big guy. That's what's gonna matter. It'd be sick if I could mill him out. 11 cards left in his deck. Yes. Fight until the end. Milking every second of the clock on the Bosch and Roll channel. Island. Tamio. Plus. Oh no. Dear God. It's over. A second Murktide Regent. Why not? Oh, they got me. Just all the way. Brutal. No permanents on board. Just complete domination. All right, final match here. Let's see what's going on. We're going to be on the play. Love that. Ooh. I think we got to keep this. Let's keep. Right? Keep, play. We're going to keep and put a Underground Sea down and hold a Stifle. We're going to play a Valley of Golgoroth and pass. See if they... Oh, they did not. Let's do any order. And that's not great. We're going to pass from there. That's rough. We need to see a land there. We really did. A second Prismatic. Okay. There's a tropical island. Like that. I'm going to play Tamio, and then we'll pass turn. We'll hit the land. Rainstorm. You got it. Rainstorm resolves. Looks like Jeskai control. Swords, 2 plowshares. We'll keep it happen. I'm going to play the Beanstalk. All right, Beanstalk just netted 2 cards. I think I'm okay with that. I have another Beanstalk in hand. So, not the end of the world. I would really hate to see it back to basics right now. Your own Tamio. Yes, that's fine. Okay. So let's think about how I want to do this. Let's play our own Tamio as well. Okay. And then we'll just pass turn. Since we have the Witherbloom commands, we're doing okay. I think I do want to protect it this time. Like if they can flip it, then I can just kill it. So that's not the end of the world. I'm actually hoping they want to just flip it. Yeah, there's back to basics. No, Fairy Time Raveler. Okay, so first off, let's attack that. 1, 2, 4, and the black. Another Force of Will. Wowzers. Okay. Yep. Bounce that to my hand. Can I get a land? Okay, we're gonna play up the Beanstalk. Get a land. No land! Come on, deck! I need your help. Okay. So, Teferi, attacking with the Tamio. Back to basics just wrecks me. We know this already, though. So, let's play our own Tamio. Then we will just pass turn. A draw. Can't do it. Can't do it. As my opponent has Teferi in play. I could not stop that from happening. Could not protect it. Didn't matter because I couldn't protect it anyhow, but still, not great. Okay. A land for the love of Pete. I'm going to play Tommy. I'm going to cast Brainstorm. They have something about that too. Of course. Okay. All right. So I like Children's Edict. So we're gonna just do Murktide, and then I guess we just pass turn. Yep. Go get another island. Draw a card. Okay. So they're going to into an attack step. No blocks. They get another clue token. There is your Tamio flipped off of the Brainstorm. I need another. I just need a chance to kill this Teferi Time Raveler. All right. I'm gonna do it with Children's Edict. Sacrifices a planeswalker of their choice. No, we're not gonna do it like that. We're gonna back it up here. We're gonna cast Witherbloom command, mill, and destroy a non-creature permanent. Mill myself. Destroy this non-creature permanent. Come on, hit a land. Please hit a land. Oh my god, please. For the love of God, can I just please? Good job. Stock up. Fine. I'm sure they can find a Force of Will from there. Here it is. There's their third Force of Will. So we're working on that. All right, we're going to attack. Oh my god. Prismatic ending. Okay. Well, they're down to 2 cards. We got that going for us, right? Okay. So I have a Witherbloom command that I can cast again. I'm just going to draw another Murktide Regent here, which I hate, but whatever. All right. Casting. Target player mills, destroys non-creature permanent. So I'm going to say myself mills, destroy this non-creature permanent, paying a black and a green. Should have gotten the Force of Will. You can't possibly have another Force of Will. Oh, they can. Okay, Lauren revealed. Fine. Great. I will cast a Children's Edict telling him to sacrifice a Planeswalker. Cancel. Because I did the mana wrong. Sacrifice a Planeswalker. Oh my gosh. What else can they possibly be doing? Flashing in a Planeswalker? All right. We got them on the Planeswalker, I feel like. Could they? There's no way you've got your 4th Force of Will. Okay. Now we're playing Magic. It's happening, guys. Probably just blast me in the face with the 4th Aerlingus, right? All right. End of turn. Untap. I will cast Murktide Regent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's say. Just like that. And there's the 2 blue. I'm going to draw a card off of the... All right, great. Play a land here. And I think I'll pass turn. Drawing 1 card. Drawing 1 card. I will Force of Will, pitching Murktide Regent. Can I please get there? Drew a land. Fairy Time Raveler. Of course. Why not? Bounce it. What's great is that I actually just get to draw more cards, so that's fine. Okay. They're going for the It doesn't matter plan, apparently. Okay, so let's do Mystic Sanctuary or Force of Will. And yes. And damn, if I could just get 2 more. Like, I'm so close. This is odd that I'm going to do damage to them because that's what really matters here. And if they want to, yeah, okay. Wandering Emperor. What's this do? Kills a tapped creature? Exiles a tapped creature. Of course it does. Let's see. Do I have... No, I don't. That is rough. Okay, well, that's going to get me. It just is what it is. Can't stop that. They're going to plus... All right, I think I have to... I don't care about a Force of Will. I need a Hedge Maze to just, like, find a threat. Fatal Push goes into the graveyard. Untap. Draw. Gross. Let's get rid of that, I guess. It's kind of whatever at this point. Ugh. Don't love that. They're back at 4 cards. Off this stock up. Pass through my turn. Basically just waiting to die at this point. Things are not going well. Okay, here we go. Stock up again. Good. Stocking up. I would kill for Rakshas's bargain. Bad. All right. Passing turn. Giving that +1/+1 and vigilance and first strike. I feel like I do just want to cast this. I can't because it's not my turn. Thanks to Fairy. All right. What we got here? There we go. Rakshasa's bargain. They've used like all of their counter magic. Why not? I can't even respond to that. So there is that. All right. I do get to draw 1 card. Of course, it's a swamp. I will try and get all the rest of the land out of my deck here. There we go. Murderous Cut this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just to see another card. Good God. I now have all of the lands in my deck out of my deck. So, at least all of the fetchable lands. So, I mean, we could still see something terrible happen to me, but, you know, here we are. Might end up going to the next game here very soon. All right, we're going to go to the next game. Not draw anything useful. Okay, we're going to be as fair as possible. And I'm even going to play these Harbingers. Let's get that into play. Right, that does everything, but it doesn't do it. Yeah, okay. Let's do Collector Ulf, maybe. Shoot the Sheriff. Do we even see anything? Yeah, I guess we can. Yeah. Let's see. Force of Will. I don't know that we need Force of Wills against this opponent. We just want as many cards against them as we can put into play and attack them with. I'm never going to cast a Fairy Macabre. As funny as that would be to like swing in with a Fairy Macabre, I will get that. I almost feel like this is just going to shoehorn me into losing, so let's not do that. All right, we're going to do this. Just be as fair, mid-rangey as possible and go from there. We're going to say yes to being on the play. All right. We're going to keep Flooded Strand. Go. Swamp, crack, Flooded Strand for a tropical island. And I'm doing it. I'm playing the beatdown game. You're going to need every answer you have against me and then some. All right. I will brainstorm. I like that. Okay, let's put back 1 Valley and 1 Stifle. Let's look and see what they've got in their hand. Wow. You going for it? Just going for a no, huh? It's like hard counterspell. Yep. Brainstorm. Hide your stuff. Hide your wife. Hide your kids. 9 cards. I hate seeing 9 cards in opponent's hand. That's never great. All right. I think Supreme Verdict is the card we want. Play land. We're going to attack in. Almost wish this was the Clarion Caller guy because turning off their Planeswalkers would be kind of sick. Chugirl. Brainstorm away. Gonna flip. Tamio flips. Got a +2 immediately. Of course. Okay. So let's put a Beanstalk into play. Wow. We'll attack Tamio here. Took the damage. Passing the turn. A Flooded Strand. And Fairy Time Raveler. You hate him. I hate him. We all hate him. Okay, so you're going to bounce that. It seems like a plan, I suppose. What we need to do is I need to cast Brainstorm, hit an Orcish Bowmasters, which I did not do. I'm going to put a Valley of Golgoroth back, and I suppose I will put a Stifle back. And I'll play a land. I will play my own Tamio, and I'm just going to pass turn from there. We're in a land of confusion. I can't daze anything anymore because he's got Teferi out. So that's absolutely the worst. Opponent is going to get to draw all their cards unless I draw. I mean, we already know I'm not drawing anything that's going to get me out of this problem. We're pretty sure, at least. Let's be honest. Okay. Now, I need to attack first. There it is. You got it. That goes away. All right. I'm going to Brainstorm. Praying to God. And God is dead. All right. We'll put back Valley of Golgoroth and Fatal Push, and we'll play Collector Ulf, and we're just gonna hope to God that they don't decide that they want to ultimate and the game is over for me. They ultimate, we're gonna just give it up there, and they did. Okay. Well, what are you gonna do? 3-2 or 2-3? 2-3. Look, that wasn't the worst league. We definitely got to see the deck thrive playing against the Reanimator decks that we played against. We were close against Bosch initially, and then he pulled way ahead. I did have that just not being careful enough with the deck at the beginning of the game with my first opponent, so that could have been a win there. That last game was tough, and it's always going to be like that against Jeskai Control. Luckily, I don't think that that's a very big part of the meta, so I think that you can get away with not worrying too much about that particular matchup. But the mirror was a lot of fun and probably took up a large part of the video. Super fun playing against Bosch. That was awesome. So with that said, I think I would update this deck list a little bit. Let's see what else we would mess around with here. Almost want to go into the 4-color list or 5-color list and try maybe a Guild Pact and Draco with this. Obviously, Raksasa's Bargain is super good, so I'd still play that if I played like the Draco Bean Pact version. From there, get Clarion Caller, which is not bad in this deck. I could play that as like a fun of versus the, say the Orcish Bowmasters, and then that gives me access also to Leyline Binding, which is good against Planeswalkers and stuff. Yeah, this is tinkerable. I think we can mess around with this deck a little bit more and try maybe try in the next one, try playing the 5-color version with the Raksasa's Bargain. But we got to see the Raksasa's Bargain, and they were good when I cast them. Even when they got countered and like I drew an extra card off of the Beanstalk, they were quite good. So with that said, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I need those subs. We're trying to get up to 5,000. Like the video, comment what you think I could have done differently against Brian Koval, and just point out mistakes I made. I'm sure I made tons of them. So like, go ahead and just tell me about a time I made a mistake. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will catch you. Before you go, I need some help. Please subscribe to this channel and do your part to help sustain the legacy content ecosystem. Just subscribing to this channel goes a long way to reminding YouTube that people love and support this format. Now, if you really want to go the extra mile, you should think about supporting us through Patreon. Both the links for subscription and Patreon are right here. And if you're listening on an audio format, you can go to patreon.com/eternaldurdles. Thanks so much for watching.